The tailgate continues. Avionte Connect tailgate. What's up, G Money?
What's going
We
on,
are
man?
here and
You
down.
guys,
And then, Dan, you're multitasking.
Look at
What's
Dan
going on?
driving down the road.
always, man. We're on the road, always on the road, trying to see some customers last minute before we get going into Minneapolis in a couple of weeks.
Dan, I got to tell you, this is the realest you can be, man. On the road, talking to us at the tailgate, man. I think he's driving to the tail. He's driving to Minnesota right now, G. You know that's what he's doing.
Yeah, come by and pick me up in Charlotte.
What can I say? I can't get there fast enough.
I know, brother. So I tell you what, I haven't seen you in a while, man. So what's going on? Give us a little insight about what's going on with your business, and then we'll talk a little bit about Connect.
Yeah, man. So we've been really busy on the Oak City side this year. We have almost more than quadrupled in size in terms of the agencies that we're supporting. This year we got up to supporting over $7 billion on the global spend. This between clients that are really trying to navigate the complexity of their tech stacks, and so, we've had a niche, because we're a little bit more agnostic when it comes to technology. So, we're Avionte Plus partners. We've been helping a ton in that ecosystem, but, we've been doing a lot of custom development for a lot of firms this year. There's obviously been a lot of tech coming into the market. People are trying to really navigate it, try to figure it out. And some things that we just still have stayed true to is just, a lot of firms need help. They haven't hired technical resources yet in-house. They don't necessarily need them full-time. And the ones that, have also helped us augment a lot just to try to do things, better, faster. And, we've been really excited to see where the industry's heading with a lot of us helping guide that.
Yeah, and
I love that.
optimizing workflows and moving with the new tech, especially with the AI. I love it. That's
Hey,
fabulous.
G Money, let's give him a hey, Dan, for growth. Hell yeah, man. Dude, man, the shark's always in your side, buddy. The biggest cheerleader ever, man. Woo! Yes.
Yeah, it's also a testament. I'm really spoiled with the team that we have. All of us, have over 15 plus years in the industry, and most of us were operators. So it's a big difference when you get a development group that understands the industry, what they're navigating, what they're trying to touch and solve, and kind of been there, done that. Just try to help relate because. No offense, our tech leaders in the industry are lonely. They get left alone a lot. And so I've been doing a lot with Staffing Hub this year too, to just be a voice for the technology leaders because we kind of sometimes get just lost in the shuffle. So it's never easy.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, like with my company that I work for, Your Employment Solutions, we're very tech friendly and very AI friendly, and we need to have more companies that are out there that are going to assist, especially within staffing, because we're in the people of business, right? Or like the business of people. Excuse me, I'm like blah, 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 been running my mouth all day, but I blame the shark on this. But the thing is, like, that whole tech stack part is so crucial, so pivotal. It's just a necessity. You've got
But you know what, G Money? A lot of people, Dan, they need experts like you because they're so confused. There's so much technology. They don't know which one to pick.
Yeah. Well, it's really tough. I mean, I think most of us have been on the agency side. It's like you almost feel like you change ERPs every 2 to 4 years. And then it's like, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Like, at the end of the day, what happens is, a lot of us that are either have boards or advisory teams or senior level leaders, we get these budgets, we get asked to implement certain things. And, if we're not crystal clear on exactly how we're measuring the ROI or how much time we're going to give things to come, it's like you get 50, 60, 70% there, then you're pivoting. And it's like, you're just, it's this constant 40 steps forward, 50 steps back, 40 steps forward. But you've got to give it time. And so, a lot of what we're doing is helping companies get into more of their own server architecture. We're using it more like a data lake and using that to help close the gap in the transparent systems. And then really what it's also doing is for, the bigger groups that want a little bit more on the tech side, it's giving them a lot of ability to do things in their UI. We've been really fortunate. We've seen, customs do, or companies do custom quizzes, like, build these marketplaces. We're getting the dual-sided marketplaces, right? Like, and just giving people the ability to say, look, no, if you stay true and really get to those granular levels, and Avionte honestly has done a great job being that partner, opening up the Avionte Plus relationships and really helping people get to those API conversations. It really starts to show you the power of what companies can do when they stay committed to the strategy. But it also comes back to, it's transparency with those ownership groups or the boards or PE groups to show where they can see these ROIs, coming in. but it's been really cool to watch a lot of that evolution over these last couple of years. And I know you guys see it all the time. Our world is changing. It's no more just the conditional temp to hire, traditional markup. It's not. People want, you're starting to evolve direct sourcing, starting to see a lot of SOW. We see gig economy stuff coming in, but all I say is that's all part of that total talent management strategy. And when you start doing these things and implementing them and trying things differently, there's a big difference of where those companies are heading, that are adopting and now seeing really better adoption rates than the ones that keep trying to change the plan just because they can't stay committed to it.
So it sounds like for you, you're not just a strategic partner, but you're actually like a true partner where you actually add value with City Advisors.
He's real. Dan is the most real dude ever, man.
No, I can tell. I'm taking notes on you, Dan.
Yeah, no,
taking notes.
It's really the truth. I look at myself no different than any other, like CTO in their organization. I feel like we own, their P&L. And being able to help with those, harder conversations. Once again, it's really hard. Most of the people that are asked with, implementing these things don't even really understand how they're all supposed to come together or what's behind the scenes to make them come together, right? So, when we've definitely done our part, sit down with the ownership teams, try to make sure that they're comfortable, even though, I'd be retired if everybody told me how many times they didn't understand what came out of his mouth, right? But at the end of the day, we got it. That's what we're here for. And it's been a lot of fun.
Dan's got your back. Okay, buddy, before we go, man, because you got this skill going, driving and doing a podcast here at the Tailgate, man, you're multitasking. You're the man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Connect. How long have you been going to Connect?
This will be my fourth Connect, which is, it's been so fun. We've been supporting the Avionte ecosystem for about 10 years total, but, went to Connect for the first time 3 years ago. This will be the fourth one. And, this year I'm doing a lot, man. I can't wait. But, I've got a roundtable session for a technology leader group that Oak City's hosting with Avionte, and it's sponsored by Staffing Hub. It's just really exciting, to bring a technology roundtable to the industry. And then I'm on the API Avionte Plus panel with Scott and Jason, and I'll be mediating some of the executive groups and roundtables. So it's gonna be full pack, man. Can't wait to see everybody and just keep kind of doing what I can to keep transfer knowledge and everything I can out of this head of mine.
And I got to tell you, you got to tell me, Connect, isn't it one of the best events of the year? Seriously,
that's the energy one that I seriously circle every time at the beginning of the year. Start planning pretty much in Q1, and it's just awesome, man. Oak City will have a booth this year for the first time, just as another testament to the growth that we've had. I'm just really looking forward to hearing more of the challenges people are up against and anything that we can do, to just help soften that for them.
Here's the thing. All I'm getting is just FOMO from all this because I don't know if I'm going to go or not.
She doesn't even know she's going, Dan.
Listen, I have two other people from my company going. I have two other people going. It's like, nope, last minute. The Sharks like, hey,
the more the merrier. You don't want.
That's what I told her, Dan. Get on a Greyhound bus from North Carolina and head up, right?
I'm not doing a Greyhound bus. Unsubscribe to that part. Swipe left. But I will take a flight.
That's funny. But no, you got to go. It's one of the best events of the year. It's the one definitely I look forward to. And this is a community. Avionte's done a great job really getting the amongst its partners. And, it's just a, great 3-day event that we all come together and, learn about the roadmaps, where they're heading. They've done a really good job of staying true to the end to end and building strong marketplace in between. But, for anybody that's contemplating still coming or, whatnot, you got the exhibit hall, you got all these experts, you got some of the best, consultants in the industry all coming do one thing and one thing only, and that's keep pushing this industry forward. And I mean, I don't know how you don't get excited about that.
Dude, I love it, man. I can't wait to see you, brother. Love you, man. And you know what? I got to tell you, geez, he's got some skills. I could not do all that presentation and still drive down the road. Tell your coworkers we said hi. We can't wait to meet them also. And you still there, Dan?
There you are.
There he is. He's back, man. I tell you,
phone ringing too at the same time. I just can't.
You are. If anybody can cover your tech stack and everything else, it's Dan. Look what he's doing. He's everywhere at once.
Multitasking.
Try, man. It's awesome.
I appreciate you, brother, man. Hey.
Yeah, man.
Safe travels out there.
Weekend,
I will see you in Minnesota, brother. Take care, man.
Thanks.
All right, Dan.
Bye.
Sounds great.